Hi, I'm Christy, your Pilates instructor, and welcome back to Pilates with Runna. Today we're going to be doing a Pilates stretch. So really just going to stretch your entire body while incorporating a lot of our core and abdominal work. So I'm going to have you take your shoes off, you can roll out your mat, and we can go ahead and get started. So I'm going to have you step to the front of your mat here, and we're just going to actually massage the feet a little bit here before coming down to the mat for our first stretch. So all you're going to do is you're just going to articulate through the foot. So all we're going to do here is let's put hands on the hips. You're going to lift your left heel up slowly, coming all the way to the ball of the foot. And then without shifting your weight to the right, so make sure you stay on top of yourself, you're going to lower down through the middle of the foot and then through the heel and then the other side. And I almost imagine like a little pony prancing here. So you're trying to massage through the ankle and then come all the way down. And it's so important to do all of this work because not only does it massage your ankle, but it can also help strengthen and stabilize your ankle and come all the way down one more time. After this, we'll go both legs to lift and lower. When we do that, think less about shifting forwards and more about going straight up. So here we go. Massage through the foot up, roll it down. All the way up with control and down. Now, if you can pick a point straight in front of you to look at, that'll help with your balance here, but you can of course hold on to something, whatever's near you that is stable. Okay, let's go 3 more. Pick the heels up one bone at a time. Massage through the ankle to roll down and squeeze to lift up. Lower down. Final one, lift up, up, up. And lower it down. All right, I'm gonna have you step down to the mat here into a kneeling position, and we're gonna tuck the toes behind us like so. So from here, depending on how tight your ankles and feet are, you might wanna pad yourself or kind of hold onto the mat to put a little pressure off of it. But if not, you're just gonna take a seat, you're gonna sit onto your heels, and you're gonna feel a little bit of a stretch through like the ball of the foot where your metatarsal is. So as runners, our feet are stuck in shoes, right, for long periods of time, especially if you're training for a longer distance race. And our feet get really, really tight as well as our ankles. So this first stretch is gonna help stretch the bottom of your feet. And then we're gonna go into a second stretch that we'll alternate with, and that's gonna help stretch the front of your ankle. So we'll hold here for 3, hold here for 2, and 1. Put your hands in front of you. Untuck your toes the other way and then sit down. So if this seated is already a lot at the front of your ankle, you can feel free to hang out here. If not, your hands are gonna come by your ankles and then you're gonna start to lift your knees up to the ceiling to increase the stretch. And you're gonna hold here. Okay, for 3, you can always breathe if it's very tight. 2, I have very tight shins and ankles, so I am definitely feeling it as well. 1, and lower down. Okay, let's alternate back to that first stretch to stretch the bottoms of our feet. Alrighty, here we go. Take a seat, put the weight of your bottom onto your heels to help increase the stretch. Let's go 4 more breaths here. Last 2, and 1. Okay, hands down, untuck the toes one final time, sit onto those heels, and then find whatever position feels good for you. And with stretching in general, what I like to do is on that exhale, you deepen the stretch maybe just a little bit more. You wanna kind of get to that border of what feels comfortable. So hands back, start to lift the knees, and exhale, maybe you lift a little higher, and we'll hold for 4 more breaths. All right, lower the knees all the way down. You can swing your legs around. You'll lie down onto your back and we'll get into our 100. So obviously this is still Pilates, so we combine all of the work to strengthen your powerhouse with all of that stretch. So today will be a little bit of a stretchier workout, but we still obviously have to work our stomach. So knees bent, feet flat on the mat, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. From here, keep your feet on the mat, begin to pump your arms, and think about widening your back as much as you can. Inhale the air, exhale the air. Stretch your hands longer past your hips all the way to your heels here. Deepen your tummy down and back. 2 more breaths here. Final breath. And hold, lie down, and rest. Stretch those legs all the way long. Flex your ankles. Your feet are together in the middle of the mat. Arms reach to the ceiling and then all the way behind you. My right hand is gonna grab my left wrist. Pull your left wrist longer, reaching through your heels, making sure they feel even. Now continue to pull. You can bend your right elbow. You're gonna side bend up and over, reaching your left fingertips to the back right corner of your mat. Now I want you to take 3 deep breaths here. It should feel like a nice stretch through your left waistline. Reach your left heel longer as you pull more on that arm. Fill in the ribs. And center, other side. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Pull up and over. Try to reach to that far left corner. Reach to the right heel a little more. Hollow the front of the body. Inhale. And again. Pull a little more, return to center. Heels are gonna stay flexed, arms are gonna reach up to the ceiling. We have the roll up here, so take a big inhale. Exhale, curl up, 1 bone at a time. You're gonna slide your hands along the mat. Try to get your fingertips past your heels and drop your head. Take a big inhale. Exhale, start to roll down, the arms will lift. Roll down 1 bone at a time, stretching your waistline like we just practiced. Lie all the way down. We'll do that again. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Curl. Now slide all the way forwards. Maybe you hollow your stomach a little more. Maybe you stretch the fingertips a little forwards and pull your toes back more. Roll all the way down. It should feel like a nice stretch through the backs of the calves and the backs of the hamstrings all the way down. Nice, entire back body stretch. Let's go 3 more here. Hold the stretch at the top. Roll down. And stretch. Reach a little more. And roll down. And rest. 1 more time. Roll up and over. And this time, if you can, you're gonna grab on either behind the backs of your calves or thighs, or the backs of your ankles, or your ideal scenario, but underneath your feet. You're gonna pull your toes back no matter where you are. Bend your elbows and stretch. Stack it tall, lie down onto your back, 1 bone at a time. And we have your stretch for your single leg circle. So pull your right knee into your chest and stretch your left leg long. From here, pull your knee in as deeply as you can and stretch your left leg as long as you can, finding that 2-way stretch. Straighten the leg 1 time. Hold, flex your right ankle. Point. 2 more, flex. Point. 1 more, flex. Now, if you have those tight calves like we talked about before, really try to pull it back. For me, it's been a long time of running, maybe, 12 or 13 years of consistently running. So my calves are always super, super tight. So really embrace the stretch. I know it can burn a little bit. Now hold it here, walk your hands up. Wherever you can go, hold on. Take a big inhale. Exhale, pull it in. And again, inhale. Exhale, pull it in. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, pull it in. Left hand to the outside of your right ankle, right arm by your side, and pull the leg across your body. Sit on your right hip as much as you can. Keep flexing that ankle. It's gonna feel like a big stretch to the outside of the leg. Hold it, 3. Sit on that right butt cheek more. Get that whole right bottom down. 2. 1, bring it center, and change. Right leg all the way down. You can give it a little shake. Pull that left knee in, hug it all the way in. Really massage that back of the hip by pulling that knee all the way in here. All right, hands behind the neck. Flex the right ankle, straighten the leg. Come all the way down. And 2 more, straighten the leg. And, okay, hold it up, stay. Flex and point the ankle. Flex and point. Now really flex, go for the flex. Pull those toes to your shins. And 1 more. So really work to pull those toes all the way back. Walk your hands up if you can. Wherever you can go, toes back more. Pull the leg in, hold it there. Big inhale. Remember on that exhale, you pull in 1 inch closer. And again. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Right hand to the outside, left hand down. Pull the leg across your body. Try to sit on that left hip as much as you can. Hold it 3, 2, 1, and hold. Center and rest. Alrighty, arms reach out and behind you. Keep them there. Right leg is gonna lift up to the ceiling. And now we have 3 circles each way without your upper or lower body shifting, okay? We have 3 to the left first. They're smaller than normal because your arms above your head makes it a little more difficult. Scoop the tummy and change other way. Same leg, different direction. 2 more. And up, change. Right leg down, left leg up, go to the right. 3. Final 1. And to the left. And 1. Both legs and arms up. Rock up to a seat. Grab your ankles and pull your head in. Inhale, roll back and roll up. This is your rolling like a ball. Again, inhale. Exhale. Really try to massage that back here. 3 more. Last 2. 1 more here. Roll back, roll up, and land the feet. Lie on down onto your back here for your single leg stretch. I want you to really pull that knee as deeply as you can into your chest. So you're really gonna hug that knee in super, super tight wherever you can go. So hold on to the outside of the right ankle with your right hand, left hand on top of your knee. Pull that knee in all the way tight. Get your head, neck, and shoulders up. Now, maybe one day your head will touch your knee, right? You're aiming for that. Left leg reaches long. Now hold it here. Lower the left leg as low as you can without the right knee coming away from you. Lift it up. Now make sure your left leg doesn't go off to the side. It stays hugging the midline of your body. Up. 3 more. In with the right. Reach with the left. 2. Final 1. Down, down, down. Up, up, up. Change. Left knee in as deeply as you can. Right leg down. Up, up, up. And again, hug the left knee in. Up, up, up. 3 more. 3. Last 2. 1 more. And in. Rest your head and breathe. Okay, take a second here. Hands go to your ankles. It's gonna be the same idea. Get in as tight as you can when your knees are into the chest, and then extend as long as you can when you extend. So this is your double leg stretch. Curl up and really pull those knees in as tight as you can. Stretch out. How long can you get? Come all the way in. Almost imagine like when you're jumping, right? You're as tight as you can in that small position, and then you shoot all the way out. Come all the way in. A couple more. Curl, 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 and out. And in, and 2. And pull it in. Final 1. Come in and rest your head and breathe. Okay, we have your spine stretch forward. You can rock up to a seat, feet wide. We have this 2 ways today. So we're gonna do it round and then also flat. Now, if this is too much, you can also go wider with your feet here. And in fact, for that flat version, we will all go wider. Okay, so Arms out as if you're stacked up against a wall. Fingertips long, find the two-way stretch between your hands and your ribs. Rolling down, one bone at a time. Up and forwards, reach forwards with those hands. Scoop, 3, 2, 1, roll up, 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 and again, 2 more, rolling down. 3, 2, 1, and roll it up. 1 more, roll it down. Really find the stretch in your back body here. Roll up, up, up. Now the legs come wider than the mat here, okay? Arms reach forwards here. And now all I'm gonna have you do is imagine you're going into a flat back. So as you come forwards, I don't want you to round, but instead I want you to think of hinging at the hips. So you're gonna stick your bottom out and start to go forwards, forwards, and you put your hands on the ground. We can walk it forwards here. And now almost think about pushing through the heels of the hands, sticking your bottom out and seeing how far forwards you can come. Hold it, 3, 2, wherever that is, you'll stop, 1, and walk it in. Let's try it again. Stick your bottom out, walk it forwards. Very good. Try to lengthen your back here. Open the chest, walk it in. Okay, one more time. Forwards, and then we'll add in the round. So you'll walk it forwards. Flat back. How flat can you be? Really hinge out on the diagonal, and then bow your head forwards, elbows bending, curl up and over through that hinge. Stretch back out, 1 bone at a time. And come all the way in and rest. All right, we're gonna flip onto our stomachs here for a quad stretch. So flip around. You're gonna put hands underneath your forehead, and we'll start with the left leg here. So your hands are underneath your forehead, your thighs are together and parallel. Your left arm is going to extend out to the left. From there, you're gonna pull your left heel to your seat. Reach your hand around and grab the top or front of your left ankle or foot. From here, pull your heel in as tight as you can. And it might not come in all the way where your heel touches your bottom, but if you can, you'll get there. Obviously, if you have anything going on with your knees, be careful and work within your safe range of motion. You're gonna lift your knee up 1 or 2 inches. It's gonna be tiny. And my constraint for you is that the heel and your bottom stay connected. So keep your heel on your butt as you lift your knee. Hold it, 3, right hip heavy. You should feel a deep stretch at the front of the quad and the hip. Lower it down and rest. Okay, let's try it again. Heel to seat, lift your knee, stretch the front of the thigh, hold it, 3. Make sure your heel's in the middle of your seat, 2, 1, lower. 1 more time, here we go. Pull, lift, squeeze your bottom to lift your knee, hold it, 3, hold it, 2, lift your knee a little higher, 1, and lower, and rest. Right arm extends out in front of you here. Bring your face straight down to the mat. Now we're gonna open the chest and kick back. So we've been pulling in this whole time. Now we're gonna kick out. So kick back into your hand to open your chest. Lift your chest forwards and up. Open that left shoulder. Hold it, 3. Make sure the knees are together. 2, hug the midline. 1, lower down and change. Shake it out. Left hand down underneath you. Right arm out to a T. Pull your right heel to your seat and reach behind you. Grab the front of your right leg. Now make sure your heel isn't all the way out to the side and your knee isn't all wide, right? Knees together, heel to your seat. Okay, here we go. Lift the knee up 1 or 2 inches. Anchor the front of the left hip. And lower. Really pick up the front of your stomach here to lift your knee up. Up. And lower. Final one. Lift up and away. Hold 3, 2, 1, and rest. Now this time you'll stretch your left arm all the way long. We'll kick back into the hand and open the front of the right chest. Okay, here we go. Kick back into the hand. Open the chest. Hold it, 3, 2, 1. And lower and rest. Hands by your sides. Sit back and find a child's pose. Okay. Big stretch here. Let's take a couple breaths here. You'll take a big inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale and breathe. Okay, let's come to a kneeling position. So you're gonna be kind of standing on your shins here is what I call it, like a high kneeling position. And you're gonna bring your right foot forwards to a 90-degree angle. So I'm gonna swing my right leg around so you can see that both of my thighs are at 90-degree angles. From here, I want you to tilt your frontal hip bones up and towards you on the left. So you should feel like instead of sticking your butt out, you're pulling your hip bones up into your ribs. And then you're gonna lean forwards 1 or 2, it shouldn't be big, 1 or 2 inches. And sometimes it's helpful to literally put your hands on your hips and push your bottom down and pull your frontal hip bones up. And that should help you increase the stretch and return. Let's try that again. So find the engagement and lean forward. It's gonna be small. Hold it, 3, 2, 1, and return. Try that again. Sit on your right butt cheek, pull your frontal hip bone up, hold it, 3, 2, 1, and release. Take a second here. You're gonna widen your stance a little. So your left knee is gonna go further back behind you. Right hand on the outside of your right foot and left hand on the outside. From here, you're gonna untuck your back toe and then just push your hips forwards. Try to find that same tuck of the hip. So pull your frontal hip bones up and lengthen your chest forwards and up. Hold it, 3. Hold it, 2. Hold it, 1. Now walk your hands back and flex that right ankle, pulling those toes to the shins, sitting on your right hip and dropping your head. Let's do it again. Walk it forwards. Open the chest as much as you can here, squeezing that back bum cheek, lifting your low stomach off the left hip and forwards. Come all the way back. Flex that ankle. Okay, one more time. Forwards, forwards, forwards. Open the chest. Walk it back. Alrighty, you're gonna come back into that same position, hands framing your foot. You're gonna tuck your back toe here. And my rule is that your hips are not gonna lift any higher. So you can see what I just did now is my hips lifted higher, but your hips are gonna stay in the same exact position the entire time. You're only gonna lift the back knee up. So you can press into your hands if you'd like. Without letting your hips lift any higher, really squeeze into that back butt cheek. You're gonna lift the knee up as high as you can without the hips coming any higher. You should feel a deep stretch to the front of the hip. Hold it, 3, 2, 1, lower down. Let's try that again. Lengthen out through the top of the head. The hips don't lift up. Try to keep them as low as possible. Lift the knee up. Hold it, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. One more time. Last one, and then we go into an ankle stretch. Lift it up. Hold it, 3, 2, 1. Lower down and rest. Walk that right foot in quite a fair amount, and then you're gonna put your hands on top of your knee. From here, you don't wanna be in a super extended position because it's not about the back hip anymore. Now we're trying to stretch the back of the right ankle. So you're gonna lean forwards and bring that right knee all the way over those toes, digging the heel down, and then return to center. And if that felt a little too easy, you can actually come in a little more and try it again. All the way forwards. Hold it, 3, dig the heel down. 2, 1, and return. Just make sure your toes and your knees are tracking in the same angle. One more time. And reset. Rest for a second. We're gonna go to the other side. So you're gonna bring your right knee down and your left foot forwards. Alrighty here, so same thing. We'll start in that 90-degree angle, so a 90-degree lunge here. And from here, we're gonna find that tucked position. So you can take your hands, one to the back, one to the front, pull the back under, lift the front up into that tucked position, and hinge forwards. And if you're in that strong tucked position, you actually won't be able to go very far. So if you find that you're like dumping forwards, you're probably releasing into your back. And release, come out of it. Try it again. Sit into your left hip more. So drop the left hip to the ground, pull the front of the hip up, and lean forwards. Hold it, 3, 2, relax the shoulders. 1, and release. One more time. Lean it forwards. Hold it. 3. Hold it. 2. Hold it. 1, and release. Okay, you can separate yourself a little bit. So you can either walk the left foot forwards or walk the right knee back, whatever works better for you, and untuck the toes. Hands come to frame the foot. Open the chest and try to think about that same hook of the pelvis that you just found. Hook the pelvis as you lengthen your chest forwards and up. Think sternum reaching to the wall in front of you. Now squeeze that back bum cheek. You're gonna straighten and flex the left ankle and knee as you drop the head and lower and rest. Come all the way forwards and we'll try that again. Open your chest. Pick up the front of the right hip. Reach the sternum across the room. Hold it. 3. Walk it back. Straighten the leg, flex the ankle. Sit on the hip. Final one more time. And forwards. Come all the way back. Drop the head and sit on the hip. Alrighty, we're gonna come forwards one more time and we're gonna go into that lunge where we lift and lower that back knee. So remember, the hips don't go any higher. And if you need to, you can always come into this like kind of spider finger position or onto your knuckles to give you a little more height. Okay, tuck your back toe. Lean forwards as much as you can, and then without your hips lifting up, right? So your hips aren't the initiation. You squeeze the back bum cheek, keeping your hips low, and you lift the knee up off the mat. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Stay low and reset. And ideally, the hips don't lower and lift. So if they lowered when you put your knee down, you know you lifted them when you lifted your knee up. Let's do it again. 2 more times. Up. And lower. And again, one more time. Lift up. Hold 3. Hold 2. Very good. Hold it. 1 and lower and rest. Okay, let's walk that heel in a little tighter and we're gonna go for that ankle stretch. So both hands will come on top of your left knee. You'll stack up tall and then you're gonna lean forwards, reaching that knee past those toes. Hold it. 3. Push the left heel down. Hold it. 2 and 1. If you find that's a little too easy, you can walk it back a little. Let's do it 2 more times. And lean. Push that heel down even more. And return. 1 more time. Here we go. Forwards. Hold it. 3, 2. Push that heel down. Woo, all the way. And 1. Okay, you're gonna take a seat. We're gonna finish in this 90-90 stretch. So in the Pilates world, we call this Clara stretches. So you're gonna bring your front knee to 90 and your back knee to 90 and simply walk your hands back. You can come all the way down onto your back or onto forearms or hands, but the non-negotiable is that your knees don't lift like this. So your knees have to be all the way down. And then you'll just take a big breath here. And we'll take 4 more big breaths before switching sides. All right, slowly come up. We'll switch sides here. So you can swing it around or however you'd like to switch sides. And I like to match up with the mat here. So especially with this back heel, we tend to kind of come into this position or be too far back behind ourselves. Just make sure that your knee's in line with your hip and then your shin is in line with the edge of the mat. And the same goes for that front leg. Walk it back. Make sure those knees are pressing down. And we'll take 5 big breaths here together. Alrighty, you'll carefully come all the way up here. You can bring your legs close together. You can sit in the center of your mat. And you guys are all done. I hope you feel stretched out and longer from the beginning of class. I'm Christy again, and I'll see you in the next one.